You started in this industry, say, just under a decade ago. Did your role even exist back then when you started?
I don't think it did, no. Back in the day, there would have been a head of conditioning, maybe a head of strength, and that was pretty much as far as the department went. But now, essentially, we have 4 strength and conditioning coaches, all with different streams. On top of that, you've got your GPS analyst, the sports science side of things, the nutrition. It's a pretty wide department on top of your medical staff as well. So it has come quite a long way.
Is rehab the space that's developed the most, do you think?
Obviously, working with people that are world leaders in injury prevention and rehab changed my thinking quite a bit. The thinking in the past was a lot of get the injury right and then they're ready to go again, but now it's obviously quite a big process. So there's getting right to get back into training, and then there's making sure they're doing enough training to get ready to play, and then once they're back playing, how do you prevent this injury happening again? So I think it's probably a lot more bigger picture thinking.
Perhaps 5 to 10 years ago, yoga wouldn't have been thought of as anything to come anywhere near a footballer. Now it's seen as part of best practice for strength and flexibility. What sorts of things like that have you seen that have come into being?
Probably the biggest thing that I've seen that's been prioritised quite a bit for us has been how important sleep is, and there's been a lot of education from our correspondence with Deakin about how beneficial this is from a recovery point of view. We used to, in the past, post-game, the next day would be a structured recovery, getting them in to do some hot colds or have a bit of a stretch, have a bit of a light walk, and it just wasn't practically working. So we've gone a lot more individual from that. On the next day, letting the players sleep in, get some good food practices in, just letting them relax a little bit, recover from the game.
If you could wave a magic wand and create the ideal app or piece of technology for your industry, can you imagine what that might be?
You'd love to understand exactly how the body's responding to the week prior. So if you could get a player to walk into a machine and it gives you every metric in terms of how sore they are, how tight they are, how they've changed their range, how they're mentally thinking, how they've been sleeping in a time-efficient way, that would be really beneficial to help with your training prescription going forward.